Today our interview is with Kim McGuinness, the founder of Network Central, the businesswomen's network since 1999. Kim co-runs a yearly mentor program and has developed training programs and conference presentations for many blue-chip clients. Kim is also a regular commentator, speaker and writer on business issues such as networking, leadership, management, marketing and social media. Kim, thanks for being here with us today.
Thank you, Renata.
Since 1999, that's a long journey to come to 2013 almost.
Yes, it is a long time.
Can you tell us what inspired you to start Network Central?
Look, a couple of things did. I was working for a newspaper, and then after that I worked for a business chamber, and I was always putting on programs and learning opportunities and educational opportunities and events and all sorts of networking and collaborative opportunities for business owners. But I was in middle management, and there was, it's hard in that position. You're managing up, yes. You're managing down, you're managing sideways, you've got to motivate your team, you've got to motivate the management group in a lot of situations when it's a collaborative project, but there's no one there really to motivate you. And I needed to learn, and my mum was a fantastic manager who ended up being 2IC for a multinational pharmaceutical company.
Wow.
And she was a brilliant leader of people. I learned so much from her. And I asked her, I need to be doing a better job. What can I be doing to do a better job? And she said, just go and learn as much as you can, go and talk to as many people as you can, and learn from them. That's the best way to learn, is from others' experience. And I really took that on board, and I think that's why I love mentoring and networking so much, is because I get so much out of talking to these other people and learning from them. So,
I believe you also have a mentor program for executive women.
I do. We've been running that very successfully for nearly 7 years now, and the results of people going through that program are extraordinary. You see people at the beginning and people at the end, and they're almost have gone through the transformative tunnel, if you like. They come out a completely different person with completely different views and better understanding of themselves.
Yes.
I spoke to one of our mentors from this year's program recently, and he said that his mentee went for and applied for and got a job that she would never ever have considered before.
That's pretty incredible.
And she got it. And you can do what you want to do, provided you believe that you can.
Yes.
And the mentoring is a way of proving that you can, and having someone have your back so that they can show you that you can.
So how do you choose your mentors for your program? What kind of qualities the mentor should have? What achievements they should really have up their sleeve before they go and mentor people?
I believe that we're all mentors. I think we have a responsibility to teach as much as we have a responsibility to learn. And sharing knowledge, is the most beautiful and unique gift that you can give to anyone.
So true.
And there's always going to be someone on the planet who needs your wisdom. And usually the things that you find really, really, really easy or really normal, and you think, oh, no one would want to know about that, that's just basic. To you it might be basic, but to the other people, they haven't learnt that, and it's not basic, and it's valuable information. And everybody's a mentor. As much as everyone's a mentee, I believe that everybody needs a mentor, and probably a few, not just one, in different areas of their lives. And those mentors can be within your family, they can be a good friend, they can be an admired relative, or they can be someone within a structured program. And
that's true.
The structure of the program allows you to have a mentor that's matched to your specific needs, and it puts a business-like parameter around it. So there are agreed number of meetings and a length to the program that makes it easy for both parties. But it's such a valuable experience.
Apply to your family life. I believe you're a mum of 2 kids, and you're actually a very involved mum. So how do you balance the full-time mum and running fairly large Network Central business? Systems.
I think it's getting over that hurdle of understanding that others can probably A, do it better than you, and B, you don't need to be watching everything. So as long as you put in enough checks within your systems, then everything works.
Yes.
But those systems need to be followed and tested and changed if they're not working. I think that coordinating systems within your business and your life is really important. I have a management plan, if you like, for my family. Now, that's not to say that they're highly scheduled or that they're, treated like a business, but I manage my time. Like, I organise dinner before I leave to take them for school in the morning.
Right.
I put plans into place so that I'm not stressed later. So, and when the kids come home from school, I'm there with them. I'm not working. I work from 9 till 3, and that's fine. And if I have other things to do, then I do it at night after they've gone to bed. Or if my husband's busy.
So you're fairly disciplined about your day
Very
and what
disciplined.
you're doing.
I don't waste time on silly things that don't make any difference anywhere. And I have 3 main priorities a day that I work on.
Yes.
Three tasks that I want to get done. And I'm just kicking through it because I've taken that pressure off.
So Network Central initially has been set up primarily for women. But in the last couple of breakfast sessions, I've noticed you mentioning men.
I have, and there's a reason for that. I think that we've evolved. When I started Network Central, there was an absolute driving need for women's networks. There weren't very many around. But now, my opinion is that we can't have a conversation about balance if we're not including the other party.
Absolutely.
Because then we're only on one end of the seesaw. I really do believe in balance. I think that we've all got such unique skills that we need to highlight and use those. So I think we've evolved to a point where we're still essentially a women's group, but we're a women's group that accept men.
I think it's the way forward.
Yeah, I do. I think we've evolved.
And I think in Forming Circles we also believe in this philosophy where 2 parties have to get together to in unify force that you can actually make a big change in the world.
Absolutely.
And I guess one of the missions for you is to change things in the world and empower youth and prepare for their new roles of mentors, leaders, entrepreneurs.
I have 2 children. I want, for when my daughter goes to work, I figure I've got about 15 years. So when she goes to work, when she's finished university and she's ready to enter the workforce, I want it to be a very different world for her.
How does the new way of doing business, which is using a lot of social media, change the networking in general? I know lots of people just communicate purely through social media, Twitter, LinkedIn,
and sad.
Right.
I think social media should be an enabler to better networking, not a replacement for it. Nothing beats face-to-face.
That's so true.
But I think that there's different relationships, different levels of relationships when you have social media as opposed to face-to-face. As soon as you have a face-to-face, the relationship instantly changes. And people become a lot more included. But social media is a valuable tool to keep those. So do I. To keep those relationships connected, and it's a valuable tool to connect with new people who you've read about or whatever. You go find them on LinkedIn and send them a message. Say, I'd really like to catch up with you. I'd really liked what you had to say. But with social media, you need to be careful about what you say and how you say it, because it can be so easily misconstrued.
Absolutely.
Because it's just words on a page without the expression to go with it. So watching your personal brand is a really big, important part in social media.
Sometimes one post can destroy all your hard work and all of it's lost in seconds. So where social media is fantastic in brand growth because the news travels so fast, but equally it can destroy all the hard work that you've done for months.
Absolutely, and that's a big reason why I started Networking Mentor, which is another program. That's an online mentoring program just to teach people how to be better networkers. And it was particularly for the young people coming through who have a different view of social media, but sometimes the language used on social media might not fit in a business context, and teaching people how to have relationships and how to build a solid network that actually works, so that by the time they get to their next career jump, they've already got that valuable network behind them that's
people do say
managed
network is your net
maintained.
worth.
Absolutely. And
a support network as well, isn't it? A support system when you need some information, you can just go to that person or this person or that person you've met, or you can recommend, which is so lovely.
That's a good point, you know, referrals and recommendations. You know, I get asked this a lot. How can you recommend so many people? And I recommend a lot. And it's only, I mean, obviously I'm running a network, so I'm in that space anyway, but the reason I can is because those I've worked before, I say I've worked with them before. Those I haven't worked before, I say, look, I haven't worked with this person before, but you can make up your own mind, I'm just connecting you.
Yes.
And that's a great way to do that. So you're not, because a lot of people are frightened to connect others because they think that they're going to lose their reputation in the process. Well, that's not the case. You stated in the beginning, I don't know this person well enough. I haven't worked with them before, but I've met them a few times. I like what I see. It's up to you to make up your own mind.
Fantastic. We are very proud to sponsor Network Central in 2013 and looking forward to our productive relationship in that year. Thank you so much for joining us today. I've learned so much and I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Renata. Thank you for having me.
I thought about my network from the heart for half an hour a week. I contacted enough people in that time that have made my network grow beyond anything I've ever seen. Because it was consistent, it was measurable. I worked out what to do, what not to do, how to do it, who to contact, how to contact them, and how to balance social media in amongst all this. And I've come up with some great ways to maximise our time, to get our life back a little bit, and to find a supportive network that actually works.
This network has something special about it, and it is the heart in it, which is Kim, which comes through. So with the networking skills, it flows through because she is so sincere and so non-commercial in a way. It flows through to everybody.
It will make a difference in people's lives. How you build your network is so important. It's got to be consistent, you've got to be authentic, but real authenticity, you know, really finding why you're doing what you're doing. And we take you through that process to find that and to be the person that you want to be, the courageous person that can get out there and really show the world who you are.